welcome to the Science of Fiction. My name's David.
I'm Dylan.
And we're the Wet Rats, here today to talk about Justice League. This may or may not be the second time we've tried to record this podcast.
It may or may not be one person less.
That's true. Anyone listening is not going to know this, so it doesn't, it's whatever. But we did have somebody else join us for our Justice League special, if that's what you want to call it. But unfortunately, he wasn't able to make it for our re-record. We had some technical issues with the other one. So to our audience, nothing really changed because it's not like we had him on before.
But just know that was like the best episode we've ever done. And
oh, yeah, definitely. It was the episode that was going to take this podcast to the next level.
Yeah,
we were going to gain, 1 million subscribers, but what are you going to do? Sometimes you win some, you lose some.
I think YouTube probably did a little tweaking.
People know that the YouTube algorithm has been getting worse and worse. Now it's getting so bad that they start messing with your files before you even upload it.
Yeah, they're like, I don't think advertisers would like this, so we're gonna go ahead and corrupt it.
Yeah. Or we could say like we're protesting net neutrality issues, so we just decided not to release our best episode until the internet's fixed.
Yeah,
and once the internet's all fixed, then we'll release it.
Exactly.
Except we can't because we lost it. Today we're here to talk about Justice League, as I said a minute ago. Just in case you've never listened to this podcast before, what we do here is we talk about different fictional universes, different franchises, and we talk about all the weird logic that they have, the things that don't really add up or make sense. So we're not really here to like deconstruct the movie or the plot necessarily. We're here to more talk about like the bizarre elements of the characters and the universe. On that note, I guess I should say, even though we're talking about Justice League, we're going to keep it to the current DC cinematic universe. So we're not talking about Batman Begins, that trilogy. We're not talking about the old Batmans, the old Supermans, anything like that. Just Man of Steel to now in the movies. So not even comics either. Not even whatever. Do they even have a Justice League show on right now? I don't think they do.
I have no idea.
Animated one. But anyways, let's get into it. What character do you want to start with, Dylan?
I have mine listed alphabetically, so let's go with Aquaman.
All right, that's where I had mine starting as well. So Aquaman, and again, I want to really reiterate this. We're not talking about the comics or the other shows. So in the context of the new movies, Aquaman's character makes fucking no sense.
Yeah.
He's not really explained. He's not really set up. And, I get it. Like, they didn't have his origin movie and all that. And, I don't know if I necessarily want to watch, like, 50 movies just to get to Aquaman's, or to get to Justice League. So I'm okay with him not having an origin movie, but they didn't really do a good job of setting him up. And so, based on the new movies, and also the fact that I don't know anything about Aquaman in general, I really don't even begin to understand how he works and how his abilities work. Like, for example, I guess he can just breathe on land?
Yeah, I don't know, I don't know if they ever addressed that in the cartoon series or anything either, I guess, but
I'm sure it's addressed somewhere.
I don't know if his thing is he can breathe underwater or if he can hold his breath for a long time underwater. Because we kind of talked about this a little bit, where you don't really see him communicate underwater with that other person until they're like in that air bubble, and then they kind of like talk. So I wonder if that's trying to be like, hey, we just hold our breaths for a really long time, so we don't really breathe underwater.
Possibly,
I feel like that one to me makes more sense than he just breathes on both, because he doesn't have gills as far as we know.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't know if this is one of the explanations where it's just like it's magic. He just does it,
right? Because we have like turtles and like other mammals that like can hold their breath for a long time underwater. So I'm just gonna say it's that one.
Yeah, that makes sense. I wonder how long it is then.
Yeah, me too.
Is it like an hour? Is it like a week?
Yeah.
And if it is a really long, no matter how long it is, he's got to have some crazy ass lungs.
That's what, because how long do like frogs and those stuff hold their breath for? It's like a long ass time too, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head for sure, but
because,
it seems like some frogs can for a long time.
He's not. Oh, I guess he's half human, but he's not technically human. He's an Atlantean, so I imagine like their physiology probably built sort of differently than us, since they're stronger and more all this other stuff than we are.
I know somebody Snapchatted me recently that they had an iguana stuck in a pool for a really long time, and I thought, well, that thing's dead. And it wasn't. It was just holding its breath forever. So
see, I thought,
and iguanas are small compared to people,
right? And I thought iguanas that did that were only ones that were in the Galapagos. I didn't know it was all iguanas that hold their breaths forever.
I don't know. Maybe this was like some pet iguana or something. It was in Florida that I got the Snapchat from.
from some place. Because I've heard about iguanas doing that, but I always thought those were just those weird ones that Darwin discovered.
I don't know.
We got really off topic. We got super off topic.
We'll talk about. We'll get to our actual real life things that don't make sense maybe later.
Yeah.
It would actually be pretty fun to do an episode where we just talk about real stuff that doesn't make sense. But anyways, yeah. As far as other Aquaman stuff, let's get to the big one. Can he talk to fish?
This one, I don't know. They really danced around that, like, hardcore. Like, by not saying no, they didn't say yes.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I'm sure people know this by now, but just in case, we are referencing things in the new Justice League movie, so if you haven't seen that, maybe some of this doesn't make sense, but they keep bringing up in that movie the fact that he can not really talk to fish. It's like a joke in the movie.
Yeah.
But we are the people that take those jokes and try to analyze them for real.
Because it's you gotta, I think the way we're approaching it is... that's a self-referential, like, meta joke. But
yes,
without our universe existing, like, pretend you're in that universe, that meta joke doesn't make sense. So when they make jokes like that, it's like, what do you mean? That doesn't make any
exactly.
sense.
Exactly. You're right. That is a meta joke. It is for the audience. But in the context of the movies and the universe, that joke is bizarre and weird and questionable. Like, It is, like, does he talk to fish? I just want a straight answer. I just want a scene where, like, he talks to a fish or something. And he's very vague in his answer. He's just like, well, the ocean, I don't remember what he says, but he's like, there's different ways to talk to the ocean or something like that, which makes it sound like he doesn't literally talk to it. He just, like, sees the signs of things.
Yeah.
And he can, interpret things.
I think
almost the same way, like, Lord of the Rings, they're like, oh, a bloody sun rises, blood was spilled, or whatever, like, shit like that I guess makes sense.
I took it as, like the fish are, like, communed, almost like a telepathic kind of thing. Like, the fish are, like, in one with the water, or, like, you know, like, oh, okay, well, I don't know, like, he controls the tide, so he also controls the fish, kind of weird thingy, like, I think he talks to fish. I think he basically meant, hey, I fucking talk to fish, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I mean, I think that's the answer we all want to believe.
I think he just tried to church up it so it doesn't sound as dumb as, like, I talk to fish. Because I think he's like,
right?
I control fish. I don't really talk to fish. Which is more or less what Aquaman did in the first place. They just called it talking to fish, which does sound ridiculous. Controlling fish and talking to fish are... Definitely one sounds way cooler than the other one.
I think that's all I have for Aquaman. You got anything else?
No, I mean... I feel like this is going to be my point for most of the characters in here. While we only got bite-sized of some of these characters, like Aquaman, Batman, and... I'm just reading the list. Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg. We only get them introduced into this movie. I felt like I don't need a standalone movie with any of those characters. I felt like the characters they writ kind of worked in this small bite-size, and I was not expecting that.
Yeah, I agree. Again, we're not really here to, like, super analyze the movie itself. And I'm not going to say Justice League was a great movie. It definitely had a lot of problems. But I've seen a lot of people kind of complain that, like, they should have done the Marvel approach where they slowly introduced each character in their own standalone movie. And I get why people feel that way. I totally do. But at the same time, if this was, like, the 10th movie in a series, it already is, like, the 4th or 5th now.
Yeah.
If this was like the 10th and I'd had to sit through Aquaman by himself and I'd had to sit through Cyborg by himself, I wouldn't want to fucking watch this movie.
Yeah, no, not at all. And
so I get where people are coming from.
It's just the one thing I wasn't expecting them to do right, which was, because more or less, the only characters we've only had full background stories on is Wonder Woman and Superman. Because even Batman himself and Batman vs Superman, he's had 20 years of fighting crime in Gotham by the time we get to him. And they still somehow make those characters work. And I don't think any people are giving DC enough credit for that. Because that's got to be something really hard to do. And no one yet has done, hey, you already know these superheroes, let's just get into it. And I think DC's kind of proving, hey, you can kind of do that and make good characters. Because I don't think that's the problem with why these things aren't doing well. I think it's other reasons.
Yeah, definitely. Like, for example, the villain's really bad in this movie, and it doesn't matter. But I didn't hate the characters. I didn't think they were, like, super, super complex and deep.
No.
But the same way that, like, we don't want a standalone movie, so they're not that interesting. But as random characters on a team, which are already the characters you don't care about, like, it's the same thing, like, Marvel does it too. Like, sure, there are Thor movies and there's Captain America movies, but there's no Hawkeye movie.
Yeah.
There's no Hulk movie.
Exactly.
They know that there's some characters you don't care about and you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman are the characters you want to see movies for.
Yep.
they'll make movies for those, and that's fine. I know some people might want to see the Flash movie. That's cool if you do.
Sure.
I don't fucking want to. Like, I think Flash works totally fine as this character that's on their team in this movie.
Made perfectly self-serving characters in here, and that's good. Good for them.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going alphabetical. It's Mr. Batman.
Yep.
I really fucking love this version of Batman. I
do too. I see people not like him as much in Justice League, and I get it. We don't spend as much time with him as we did in Batman v Superman. But yeah, I don't know.
I just
sure
like
he murders a lot of people, and I know people complain about that.
Yeah,
and that's something I guess we could get into. It does kind of break his whole character thing of he's murdering people. But he's also done that in other movies before. Like, he didn't do that in the Nolan trilogy, but the old Tim Burton Batman movies, he kills a bunch of people too.
Yeah. I like Old Man Batman. I think it's a fresh take on what we've been seeing.
Not even just Old Man, but I like Batman that has been doing this for so long that he has sort of lost his way and lost his hope, which I think makes more sense why he's killing the bad guys now. He's realized, like, I can't just keep locking them up. It doesn't work.
And we've had... I love Nolan's movies, so I don't mean this if it sounds like a diss to Nolan, but I feel like I'm a little over the ninjutsu, like, super justice, crime fighting Batman. I kind of like the just, like, here's my gadgets, I'm rich, I'm old, I'm a pretty good detective, like that kind of Batman, and that's what we got, and I really like that.
Yeah, no, I like it a lot too. It's funny because, like, I never thought... So I should say, just to people listening, I'm very new to the DC stuff. I watched it like 2 weeks ago. I hadn't seen Batman vs Superman. I hadn't seen anything, so I just started watching it. And I'm not going to say these are perfect movies. They have a lot of flaws, and in fact, in a lot of ways, they're bad movies.
Yes.
But I've been having a great time with them. I really enjoy them.
Yes, they are exactly like you said. Yeah.
But I love this version of Batman because it feels to me. I know people criticize Zack Snyder for being way too dark and too serious, but to me, this feels like the like Dark Knight Returns, like really dark, gritty, older Batman that like. He is doing, like at the end of Dark Knight Returns, he starts, like, a huge underground organization of people that are, like, possibly going to go do evil things. Like, that's how that comic ends.
Yeah.
And that's definitely the one Batman vs. Superman's inspired by because it's the one where he fights Superman. It's the original comic where he does that. Like, I don't know. I feel like this actually feels true to that version of Batman. It's kind of a bizarre one, but I agree. Like, we with the Nolan trilogy, we actually got really great movies that did Batman in, like, the classic, this is how the darker side of Batman should be without crossing the line. But Zack Snyder's like, okay, we did that. Let's cross the line and let's go super dark. And I think it's really cool to see.
But to get to more in, like, the science fiction thingy, this is what we brought up last time. So in Batman vs. Superman, they kind of explain this because Batman's wearing, like, a special suit when he's fighting Superman. In this one, he's not, and he's still, like, going punch to punch with Superman, which makes no fucking sense.
Yeah, it's interesting because even in the first one, not only is he wearing the special suit, but he keeps weakening Superman with kryptonite, so Superman's not even doing as much damage. And even then, he still has a really hard time even taking the punches in his super, like, almost like mech-ass suit. In this one, I think you and me already talked about this, and I'm sure a lot of people felt this way, but when Batman is like, don't worry, I have a contingency plan, I'll be back, and he, like, leaves the group, and everybody else is fighting, I think everybody expected him to show up wearing that suit again.
Yeah, and he shows up with Lois Lane, and it's the most anticlimactic bullshit ever. It's so dumb.
It's so weird, but the point we're getting at is, like, how is he not dead? Like, Superman's angry, he grabs Batman by the face, like, literally his chin, not even just part of his suit that maybe would have armor, his actual face skin part that is exposed, and starts squeezing it, and we hear, like, cracking noises. And to be fair, we do see Batman very bruised in a later scene, but, like, Batman's jaw should be shattered. Superman doesn't have to squeeze hard to break a guy's jaw. His bruise is just, like,
dislocated shoulder, because that's like a UFC fight thing. Like, this is not just some, like, UFC fight. You just fought, like, the strongest man in the world, and you're just a regular Joe with no superpowers.
Yeah, and it's such a weird choice, too, because, like, I think if they would have given him the suit, sure, we would have still been able to make the same argument, but I think we would have been a little bit like, it makes kind of sense because he had the suit, like, but why not put it on him? But it's so weird of a choice not
because
to.
He doesn't have an excuse not to. It was his idea to resurrect him. It's not like Superman all of a sudden surprise woke up. He knew he was going to be dead.
Yeah, like when Batman said he had a contingency plan, I thought he had all the shit ready, like tons of stuff, more traps, like in the last one, more kryptonite or something. Instead, he just says, "Bring out the big gun," which is Lois Lane, which is kind of insultive to her. I hope she didn't hear that.
Yeah, I know. Got me feel bad for her.
But yeah, I don't know. It's
for all he
really
knew,
bizarre.
there was a good chance that he could have killed Lois Lane, and that was his fallback. That was his only plan. What was his backup plan?
That's
Superman's
true.
mom? Like, what else was he gonna do?
Who was also in the city? Why didn't he go get her too? Like, just in case. Maybe she was the small gun.
I bet he was like, I bet he's just like,
the
you know
side
what?
piece.
Superman's been dead for about a year. He's probably pretty horny, so that probably worked better.
I guess I know we're going alphabetical, but we're so much in Superman now. You just want to go ahead and jump into him.
Yeah, fuck it.
Okay, so he has been dead for a year. Let's talk about that for a minute. A couple things. How does death work for Superman? Because he obviously hasn't decomposed. He apparently still smells good or something, which is a weird line in this movie.
Which is weird. Because Go on, you can finish.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. His memories are kind of gone, but not really. Like, I was really confused. They're like, he's confused. He just woke up. He's going to kill everyone. But, like, so does he not remember dying? Or is the last thing he remembers fighting Batman? And that's why he wants to kill Batman? Does he not remember that he teamed up with Batman?
I think that's what they're trying to insinuate, because they said, like, oh, he's going to know it's my fault he died. But I don't know. It's just, that's kind of confusing on that narrative. Also, I don't think you can use the excuse, well, it's Superman, because as we've shown, if Superman's exposed to kryptonite or doesn't have the power of the sun, he's a regular humanoid creature. And it doesn't really get much darker than being buried in a coffin underground, so he would have none of his powers.
Yeah, I mean, when he first comes out, wouldn't he be like a limp-ass noodle of a man?
Yeah.
Like,
he would not be like, oh, here I'm Superman, I'm still the strongest person in the universe again.
And when he first comes out, he does fly up and get hit with the sun's rays. But, like, even before that, how would he even have the power to fly up?
Exactly, yeah. Well, I guess you could say he got hit by the Mother Cube, and the Mother Cube maybe gave him a little bit of strength.
Yeah, I guess so.
I would buy that. It's a lame excuse, but sure.
Yeah, I mean, that I don't even understand how any of that works. Like, how did that thing bring him back? How did they know that thing would bring him back? Batman's just like, yeah, it'll probably work. And Cyborg's like, yeah, crunch the numbers, it'll work.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, what does it mean?
What are you talking? How in any way would this work? I don't know if I missed a line where they're like, by the way, the Mother Cubes can resurrect dead superheroes. Like, I don't remember any point in the movie where they had any semblance of evidence that it would do that. I guess maybe, except, I guess it kind of did bring Cyborg back, I guess, to be fair. But still, like, that's kind of a totally different scenario.
Yeah, it definitely was. Because, like, at least with Cyborg, I guess they were trying with Superman, too. So, I don't know. At least with Cyborg, I don't think it was, like, right away on, Oh.
Yeah.
You know
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like one of those things where they were like, people won't question it. We'll just, he's back. And it's like, nope, that's what we're here for. Yeah, the memory thing is confusing to me.
Yeah.
But whatever, Superman's back. I guess the only other thing is, like, and they don't really do it in this movie, but I still don't understand exactly how Superman works in outer space. Because, like, I mean, I guess he's got better exposure to the sun, which is nice, but, like, how, I don't know, I guess he can, I mean, Superman,
this is what I just don't understand, is everything excuses like, well, he's a Kryptonian and stuff like that, but it's just like, but as far as we can tell, I thought Kryptonians were just basically humans, and the reason why he's as strong as he is because he's on our planet where our sun's stronger. So, like, why does that mean?
Yeah,
why
exactly.
Does that mean he can
like,
breathe in space and stuff? That doesn't make any sense. We can't breathe in space.
Yeah, like he's a superpowered human, but he still needs to eat. We see him eat. He needs to drink. He needs to, like, breathe. As far as I could tell, like, unless there's some kind of, like, excuse around that. I mean,
because Kryptonians can't fly on their planet area, and they still use spaceships to travel, so that insinuates to me that they can't breathe space either.
Yeah, exactly. And also, did Kryptonians, I mean, if they have spaceships, I mean, I guess some people like to stay at their home, but if you knew you could go to other worlds where you would be stronger, why would you ever stay on Krypton, where it's like, I suck here? Like, go somewhere else. Which I guess some of them do, and they try to take over Earth. But then they try to make Earth more like Krypton.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
That's Zod's plan, is terraform Earth, but you're more powerful on Earth the way it is. Like, why not?
I guess he didn't want to terraform the sun. He just wanted to terraform the planet, which I don't get. That's like,
but would that change the gravity? Because that's part of it too. Partly it's a more powerful sun, but partly it's also the gravity's less.
Right. I don't know. I still probably wouldn't be. I don't know. To me, I don't get that. That's like being like, I want to move to California. Ah, fuck California. I want to terraform California into Kansas. Like, why would I do that? Doesn't make any sense. Just go to Kansas. You know?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
And I get like your planet's gone and you miss it, but like, your evil plan is to turn another planet into your planet. That's just lame.
And that's also the plot of this movie.
But at least this one makes sense because this thing gets power from this thing, and like he enslaves all the creatures when he kills it. Like, because it explains once he enslaves the planet, he enslave all the creatures. That one makes a little bit more sense. That's a little bit more evil. The other one's just kind of a dick move.
That's true. Also, I forgot about this. This is a quick side note. So, originally when Steppenwolf came and tried to enslave Earth, he was defeated by all the groups coming together. The humans, the Amazons, like everybody, like even Green Lanterns are shown in this movie, which is interesting.
Yeah.
They all team up and they stop him. They make him retreat. And when he retreats, he doesn't like want to, but all of his like minions are like pulling him on the ship. Like, no, we got to go. Like they kind of force him to leave, right?
Yeah.
That's how it was shown.
Yeah.
But his minions, we see later in this movie, devour people when they're scared. I guess maybe he wasn't scared though because he didn't want to leave. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that later in the movie, when he has to retreat, his minions murder him. But previously in the flashback, his minions are like telling him to leave. Like, that doesn't seem to track to me. His minions also don't seem intelligent. They seem to just do his bidding. They're like bugs.
Well, are you talking about the beam up part at the end?
The what part?
Oh, well, there's this part at the end of the thing where, like, you see that beam where he, like, God, what's that guy's? What's the villain's name again?
Steppenwolf?
It, like, beams him up, and I'm so confused by that, because, like, is he beaming himself up? Where's he getting beamed to? What's going on there?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that, because I was thinking that the creatures all just killed him. I don't know. I guess it's that dark side beaming him up.
I don't know. That's so confusing. There's so much confusing about that character in this thing.
Yeah.
But again,
like, for example...
I don't have a problem with that villain, because I feel like that villain became such a non-point of this movie.
Yeah, to the point where when Superman shows up, he just kicks his ass.
Yeah.
Which I liked. I thought that was a good moment.
That was
where
fine,
it's just like,
yeah.
Because like the kind of the premise is like, oh, Superman's not here. Steppenwolf can come take over. Which I don't totally get because like Superman wasn't there for like thousands of years, so couldn't you have come taken over in that time?
Yeah.
But whatever. But now he's gone, so now he's gonna come take over. And I love that like Superman's like, oh, he's back. And Steppenwolf's like, oh shit, and he just gets fucking destroyed.
Yeah, it's when I first saw Steppenwolf's character thing, I was like, oh man, what a lame, like, boring character. And for some reason, like, that lame, boring character just fits because again, it's like not the point of this movie really for some weird reason, and somehow they pull it off. Because then it becomes kind of a fun thing for superheroes where you just want to see superheroes kick ass, and so then like he kind of just becomes a punching bag for the superheroes to kick ass, and that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, this movie wasn't amazing, but, like, it was just fun. Like, I just had a good time. Yeah. Like, this movie made me realize something that I'd kind of forgotten from when I was a kid. Like, I like the DC characters.
Yeah.
I've always known I liked Batman, but, like, when I was a kid, I watched Justice League, the cartoon. I really liked it. And it had been so long, and we've been kind of in the muck of these superhero movies for so long, that I had just kind of forgotten that. And, like, seeing a lot of these characters on screen, even if I don't really know I don't know Aquaman at all, but, like, seeing all these characters on screen just do cool stuff was just fun. Like, it was kind of a turn my brain off kind of thing. It was just kind of fun to sit back and be like, oh, cool, Batman did the thing, and Wonder Woman did the thing. Like, I'm not going to say that makes a great movie, but it was a really fun time.
It kind of makes me really hope that we can get a good Green Lantern finally, because I love Green Lantern.
Yeah, definitely. Or even just a better, like, a better sequel to Justice League. Like, this was a fun one, but, like, it would be really cool to see them actually, now that we're established and we kind of know the roles, to see them go up against a really good villain. Yeah, I think would be awesome.
Sure. I mean, I feel like we got to get a Green Lantern because they showed Green Lantern people in this movie.
Yeah.
And just on the concept of those characters, there's no way they're going to let some person try and take over the universe and the Green Lantern people don't step in.
The only concern I would have is I hope that, and I don't even know at this point if they're going to do another one, like this whole... They're, like, scrambling right now, the producers and studios. But if they do another one, my only concern is, I'm okay with them introducing like a Green Lantern or I don't know another character, Martian Manhunter or some shit. But like, don't introduce like 5. Like we introduced a lot in this one, like 5 characters.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
We introduced a bunch in this one. They all had their small parts, which worked. If we have like 1 or 2 more, that might be okay. Maybe 1. I don't know about 2 even. I just because like at the end of this one, they're like, we're gonna have more seats at the table. I really hope that they don't just be like, well, the next one now we're gonna build a bigger team, and half of it is like collecting new people. Because like,
if they get new people, then don't use the other people you used, or if you do, you don't need Hawk Girl or Hawk Guy or whatever. Just
right.
You don't need Martian Manhunter really either. Just Green Lantern's fine. Stick with the big guns.
Yeah, I mean, if we're gonna pick one, it's definitely gonna be Green Lantern. Out of the people that we don't have here.
All right, let's get back into what we were originally doing.
Right. Who do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about the Flash.
Okay, real quick. I actually have a thing for the Flash, and this I don't know. Maybe this is a little bit off topic again, but I'll try to make it quick then. In Batman vs Superman, there's the Flash comes through in like Batman's dream, and is like, you were right about him. I assume meaning Superman.
Yeah.
And is like, oh, am I too early? Like, what was that?
Okay, so I don't know a whole bunch of like this because I kind of missed this arc thing, but I'm assuming that's hinting at Flashpoint.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I don't know what that means.
So there's that one point where I'm pretty sure what happens where like the Flash runs so fast and kind of, I don't know if he tears again. Like we're probably gonna get so many comments and people know this, telling us how stupid we are, but I think he either like reverses time or opens up a rift to another alternate universe thing or whatever that. And that's how like they reset the whole stuff. So I think that might be something to do with Flashpoint where he's doing all this like weird shit that hasn't happened yet kind of thing.
It's just interesting that they put that in that movie.
I think so too. Because I thought that would come. Like, I thought that would happen something relevant to Justice League, but it didn't. So
yeah, how far ahead were they trying to plan?
I don't know. If they pull it off, then fuck yeah, awesome. But I don't.
Yeah, no, that would be actually really great. But anyways, back to the thing. So I don't really have a lot for the Flash.
His character was good. I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, some of the humor was bad, but like for the most part, pretty funny. There was a couple jokes where I was like, "Come on, that's like the easy joke." Yep. But for the most part, pretty good.
It was kind of nice having a person who's not like some super experienced crime fighter on the team. It was kind of just
and I thought they did a cool job of showing like what the Flash could do other than just like, you know, try to do attack, because like he's fast, he can't really like do a lot of damage to people.
The one point we made last time, which I think still stands, is how he gets the superpowers. I mean, again, you got to put in this context of, we as an audience might know this, but like in the universe of this thing, he literally just explains it as, I got struck by lightning. Which makes no sense.
What does that
people get struck by lightning?
What does that entail?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's funny because I'm going to draw a quick parallel. I watched Spider-Man Homecoming this week, and his friend finds out he's a superhero, and he's like, what happened? He's like, I got bit by a spider. And his friend's like, well, I want to get bit by a spider.
Yeah.
And I feel like Flash is the same way, where it's like, well, shit, let me get struck by lightning.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I want those powers. Like, but that's not really how that would work, because did he get struck by normal lightning? Was it like lightning off of like a Kryptonian ship or something?
Sure it's not even exactly like that. I think it's way more complex than even that.
I'm sure it's got to be.
Because I don't even know if that's true. Again, I don't know much about the Flash, but I don't even think that's what happened. Because I watched the first episode of The Flash, the TV show, and I actually don't remember what happened. But I don't think it was that.
Yeah, I have no idea. The only thing that bummed me out about Flash, and maybe I should have known this already, but I think it kind of sucks that he's not faster than Superman, or at least allegedly not fast. We don't see how their final race goes. Mm-hmm. But like, that's the one thing that he should have, is like, because I mean, you can't have... Superman's better than everybody. Everybody knows that. That's like the whole bit. Is like, Superman's the best. He's the strongest. He's the best. The only one who's maybe even comparable is Wonder Woman. And, you know, even she is not on his level. But at least let the Flash have that one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, at that point, why even have Flash on the team? You already got Flash.
This is why I hate Superman, because he just makes all the other characters kind of, like, less cool by him being so uncool in his things. Like, the strongest, like, okay, cool, the Amazons who are, like, on this planet to protect humanity aren't stronger than an alien not from this planet who gets strength from our universe. Like, come on, that's lame, guys. Do some better fucking writing than that. Like, make him
it's
strong,
just-
but don't
he's
make
too
but
OP.
have other people have stuff over him that they're better at. That's
Yeah.
have him be like
we
the
need
Mario.
we need a nerf Superman.
We need a nerf Superman. Have him be like the Mario, where he's really good at everything, but like not necessarily the best at everything.
Yeah, exactly. Because again, I think it worked okay in this movie. Like the moment when he shows up and just kicks ass was really
that's
fun.
fucking awesome, yeah.
But I don't want that to be every movie where it's just like it's the Goku thing of like, oh, he shows up and he kills everybody.
Yep.
But even in Dragon Ball, like that's not really like sure Goku's the best and he always wins for the most part, but he does sometimes lose and he does fail. Superman,
I'm not to get too into it. In Dragon Ball Z, he never technically defeats an enemy.
That's pretty true. Yeah. There's like I know there's like to really get into it. There's like semantics. People are like, well, there's this one like minor enemy that he caused to explode or whatever, but like none of the major enemies.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to
That's
Justice
true.
League.
Don't you dare at me on fucking YouTube comments. It's fucking true, and you know it.
It's very true. We're also the Dragon Ball experts.
We are.
Anyways, I think that's it for Flash. Oh, quick side note, another thing about the movie. And I've seen other people say this. Even though it sucks that Flash isn't faster than Superman, that moment when they're fighting Superman and Flash runs past him and Superman slowly turns his head is really great.
That's
good. A really great moment.
It's super, super good.
I think we only have... I guess we'll go to Cyborg next. I don't understand. Here's another character. I don't fucking understand how Cyborg works.
No, I don't get it either. I guess
he's brought back with a magic box that causes him to keep upgrading somehow.
It's kind of funny because I love not Teen Titans Go, but I love the original Teen Titans a lot.
Yeah, me too.
I never even questioned how Cyborg was a thing. So when they introduced him in the show, I was just like, in this movie, I was like, oh, I guess I never really thought about what the fuck Cyborg was, where he came from.
Yeah, I don't remember if on Teen Titans if they even talked about him having a backstory. I'm sure he does at some point, but because I remember. In fact, I don't even... It's been a long time since I watched Teen Titans, so I'm sure I'm forgetting stuff. I remember them doing Raven's story a lot with like her dad, and I remember them doing Starfire's story a lot with her sister. I don't remember Beast Boy or Cyborg having any kind of like...
I don't think so.
Why they are or how they are.
I mean, Beast Boy definitely doesn't need one. Cyborg, I guess, could have had one.
Sure. But in this movie, it claims that Cyborg is brought back with like a magical box, and now he's upgrading all the time, which I understand his like some of the upgrades, like he gets smarter, almost like an OS upgrades.
Yeah.
But he's also upgrading to suddenly have jetpacks, which is like
that's I don't.
Were they already built on him, or did they appear? And how does he fuel them?
Exactly. How does he get his fuel source for like the beam and for that stuff? I mean, I guess you can say he has like a minor mother cube in him, and I guess mother cube's been said to like it creates stuff. I guess I don't know. There's just a whole lot going on that we just don't even talk about. Exactly.
And also, like, I saw somebody else point out something that I thought was really, really funny that I hadn't even thought about. And it's so obvious. I don't know why I didn't think about how silly this is. So for, like, the first half of the movie, he wears a hoodie a lot. Which is, I guess, to, like, cover up the fact that he's a cyborg. Like, he goes outside and he wears the hoodie. But he's also wearing it around his house in front of his dad, which he doesn't need because his dad knows he's a cyborg.
Yeah.
So you would only think, well, he's wearing clothes because people wear clothes. He's doing that. But then when he fights later, he takes off his hoodie and doesn't wear anything, which is typical cyborg.
Yeah.
But then it makes you wonder, like, so by his logic, is he naked? And then I guess he's just comfortable fighting naked in front of all of his friends?
Yeah, dude, why not?
Like he's not comfortable being naked in front of his dad. Sure, I get that. But then in front of the entire rest of the world, he's like, yeah, I'll be naked.
Well, he doesn't want to ruin his clothes.
Well, that's true. Also, so he wears the hoodie, which doesn't even really work as a disguise because of his face and also the glowing red thing in his chest.
That's a big one.
Is there not like something he could have covered, like put another layer on? Like how bright is that light on your chest that it'll shine through everything? Like it's a dead giveaway. He's walking around on the streets with a bright shiny red light. Like people are going to fucking notice that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So yeah, if anybody knows how Cyborg worked in this movie, let us know.
I still know how Cyborg
legitimately
works.
curious.
Cyborg just doesn't make any sense.
Other than that, I think there's only one other character, and that's Wonder Woman, and she's perfect.
She was
so
perfect. Hey, that's
we don't really have anything to say about Wonder Woman.
That's my line.
Yep, I knew you were gonna go for it, so I got there early.
But no, real talk. I mean, I can't even think of a complaint about Wonder Woman. Her character is perfect. I feel like they made,
even in terms.
made Wonder Woman a really great, interesting character that people love again, which is great.
Yeah, in terms of like even trying to like, even if she's a beloved character, in terms of trying to like find logic problems in her character, I can't really like. I mean, sure she's like powerful, but like I feel like they explained that pretty well.
And maybe
like
I was a kid and just not paying attention to this, but I just don't remember. Like, I don't remember not like disliking her in the Justice League cartoon, but I don't remember like her really ever standing out. And I feel like in this one,
I
like,
totally
they
agree.
really make her character stand out as being like one of the coolest characters.
Yeah, because like I watched Justice League a lot as a kid, and I loved Batman the most. I never really cared that much about Wonder Woman on there. But yeah, I think they make her a lot more fun here and a lot more likable. But even that, like, yeah, I can't think of any moment where I was just like, wait, how did she do that? Like, her character kind of just makes sense, I guess.
Everything makes sense. It's like, I get it. Yeah, she's this basically, goddess on this planet kind of thing in more ways than one. And just everything she does makes sense then. It's like, okay, that's a good way to describe it.
Right.
Unlike, like, people like The Flash. Like, okay, you got struck by lightning and the Cyborg. I don't even know what the fuck you are.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't even begin to comprehend some of the other members. And this will be interesting, too, if we do start introducing other characters and new stuff. Because I wonder, like, I mean, Green Lantern's the obvious one, and they even hinted at in this movie as doing next.
Yeah.
Which Green Lantern they'll do, who knows, if they even get to it.
But I think his kind of, I mean, they could fuck it up because he did it before. But in the terms of how he works at the concept, isn't that hard. He has all this power from a ring fueled by emotion. That's a pretty easy concept not to fuck up, guys. So just don't fuck up.
Well, I was going to say, that one's easy. But if they do, like, Martian Manhunter,
that's
like...
very hard. And I totally bet they'll fuck up.
Oh, yeah. There's, like... Yeah, they definitely will.
I mean, don't even get me started if they
things.
try and do, like, Hawkwoman or Hawkman. Like, how are you going to explain this people have wings all of a sudden? You know, like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah, I don't remember what their story was.
I don't either. I just know they had wings and their names was Hawk, whatever.
Yeah. Is it Hawk Girl? I can't remember.
I think it might be Hawk Girl, but... Yeah, she was the one mainly on the show. They didn't have Hawkman on the show, right?
Yeah, I don't remember him on the show, but I definitely
There was 2 iterations of it,
remember her.
because I know Hawkman was in one of them. And then they
did. Yeah, it was Justice League and then Justice League Unlimited, I think.
Which was the one that has, like, badass, like, hook hand Aquaman. Because that's a dope Aquaman.
Oh, I don't remember. Because that's the thing is, like, I know I watched a lot of that, but like I said, I don't remember Aquaman at all.
Yeah.
Like, I know I saw a lot of Justice League, both those. I watched both series quite a bit.
The old school one, like, kind of sucks. But then they, like, revamped it, and then you have, like, dope, cool, like, hook hand, King of Atlantis Aquaman, which is way cooler.
Yeah.
Which I think that they went forward with this Aquaman, which I think is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely. I don't really think I have anything else for the universe. I know that the big one that we haven't talked about is Suicide Squad. Neither of us wanted to watch that.
No. And the only other person who's saying it couldn't make on this call, but
yeah. So yeah, we had Mike on our like I said on another episode, but and he had seen Suicide Squad, but I'm trying to remember. I guess he did bring up a point, which is actually a good point to make, because it doesn't just apply to Suicide Squad, and that's the idea that in this universe, like, so at the end of Suicide Squad, there's a massive event, and I think it's in Gotham. I think it's set in Gotham, like an apocalyptic event that starts to happen, and that is set before Batman vs Superman. So Superman's still alive, and he doesn't show up to stop it.
Yeah,
it's up to the Suicide Squad to literally save the world. And the point Mike brought up is like, why would Superman not show up for that?
Like, before we even brought that up, I've looked on a map, like the DC Universe map. Metropolis is like right next to fucking Gotham.
Oh yeah, I mean they show that Batman vs Superman. It's literally like there's a lake in between them, and that's it.
It would have
you
taken
can see
Superman
one from the other.
no time at all to go do that.
Yeah, especially for Superman. I mean, he could be on Mars, and it would take him no time to go do that.
Like, come on.
So yeah, it's so weird that he would just ignore that. Especially, it's so weird from a writing perspective too, because why wouldn't the writers said it after Superman died? Because then that's not a question. That's not a problem.
This is what people didn't think about when they created Superman. Superman becomes the answer to every problem you ever write now and forever in your comics. If anything happens and it doesn't involve kryptonite, your answer to that solution is immediately Superman. He's faster than the Flash, so he can get anywhere in that world immediately. He's like the strongest and best at everything. He has like ice breath and laser eyes, so he can literally like stop any problem. So they kind of really...
That's one of the things that like I wish they would have leaned into more about Batman vs Superman. Is I really liked the idea that even when he does try to help, sometimes it doesn't go well, and it can be really destructive. And also they talk about the idea that like even if he is super fast and can help a lot of people, he can't possibly save everyone around the world. There's so many bad things happening. I wish they would have leaned into that more, because then that kind of makes him more interesting as a character, because it's like, sure, if he shows up to any one situation, he can solve it, but there's a million situations simultaneously happening. So I guess maybe that could be the answer to the Suicide Squad thing, is he was doing something else. But that's such a big, literally world-ending one. You think he would have showed up for that?
Also, I hate his line when he shows up. That's the worst line ever.
In this movie?
Yeah, it sucks.
The one where he's like, I believe in truth. I also believe in a thing called justice.
No, I'm also a big fan of justice.
Oh, that's what it is.
It's so lame.
But that's Superman. I mean, that is Superman. People wanted to get back to the classic Superman. Hey, that's the classic Superman. Yep. You guys got him back. Congratulations.
You got the dumb one.
Not his lip, but the rest of him. Yep. I think that's it, though. I don't have anything else to say.
Yeah, me either.
So thanks for watching, everybody. I know that we've been releasing these slower. We've been very busy. Next episode is for sure going to be Star Wars. Yes. Last Jedi's coming out very fast. Like, it keeps, every time I check the thing, I'm like, wow, that's a lot sooner than I remember. I hope it's really good. But yeah, we're definitely going to talk about Star Wars. So if you have any questions about the Star Wars universe, that's a big universe. There's a lot. And we will talk about any movie, so that even includes the terrible Clone Wars animated movie if we want to. Yeah, let us know. Email us at tsofpodcast@gmail.com. You can also let us know any questions you had about this episode, or any comments or anything you want to correct us on, which is probably a lot. Mm-hmm. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.